Hi there, welcome back to another Excel tutorial. Today's tutorial is on Excel Graphical User Interface and its components. Before get started, if you have any question, let me know in the comment box below. I'll talk to you there. Okay, let me open up an Excel file. This is Excel User Interface or UI. Now, let me save it on my desktop. Give name Excel User Interface. Okay, so what do you mean by user interface? Well, a user interface is the combination of screens, menus, and icons to be used to interact with an application. This graphical user interface has lots of beautiful components or elements. Let me start with ribbon. Do you know which part is called ribbon? If you don't know, no problem. You are going to learn it in a second. Here, this part is known as ribbon. Okay, the ribbon in Excel has four basic components: tabs, command button, groups, and dialog launcher. So let's now explain this in short. For starters, let's see the tabs. After installation, if no customization done in Excel, the Excel ribbon contains 9 tabs in its tab list: File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, and Help. This File tab in Excel ribbon is used to open Excel Backstage View. This is Backstage View. Excel Backstage View contains many options to work with the Excel file and customization. Data about the files is edited and managed in Excel Backstage View. I'm not going to discuss a lot about this. I have a separate lesson on this. If you're interested, please follow the link given in the description below. Let's move on to the next part, command button. Command button is used to perform a particular action. For example, if I write command here, and if I want to make the text color red, then what I have to do is select this command. Okay, now the text color is red. If I want to make the text italic, I have to select this text and click this command, italic. Now you can see the text has been italicized. Now let me talk on ribbon group. Ribbon group is a set of closely related commands. This part within this group, okay, within this part within this left and right border is font group. All the commands here are related to font, such as font color, font size, font style, bold, italic, underline, etc. Dialog launcher is a small arrow in the lower right corner of a group that brings up more related commands. Dialog launcher appears in groups that contain more commands than available space. For example, if you click dialog box launcher from font group, a dialog box with full set of font formatting option is displayed. The beautiful thing of Excel is that you can customize this ribbon. I mean, you can add, remove, rearrange ribbons components. I'm not going to discuss the customization procedure in this tutorial, but I have a lecture on this. You can find the link from video description below. Now, let me move on to the next component, which is known as Quick Access Toolbar. Here, this part just above the ribbon and first on the right side is called Quick Access Toolbar or QAT. The Quick Access Toolbar lets you access common commands. By default, it includes save, undo, and redo commands. You can add other commands depending on your preferences. I have a separate lesson on this. Follow the link given in the description. This part here is the title of the workbook. The title or name of this workbook is Excel User Interface. Let me save this workbook. Now close it and change the name to Excel User Interface 1. Okay, now let me open it again. You can see the title has been changed. The default title of workbook is book 1, book 2 and so forth. Suppose if I open another Excel file, here the title is book 1. Let me open one more. The title should be book 2. Okay. Now let me close them. Okay. Here this icon is called ribbon display options. This option is used to hide and show ribbon. Here if I click this and select this show tab, okay, only tab is shown here. If I click this, the ribbon will get back to its default state. The next element I am going to discuss is window control button. These three buttons at right top corner of Excel window is window control buttons, similar to other Windows application. The function of left button and right button is always same. The left button is used to minimize the Excel program window. If you click this icon, the file will be in minimized state. In minimized state, Excel window is not visible in the operating system screen, but minimized to remain on the Windows taskbar. If you click here, it will get back to maximized state. In maximized state, Excel window is maximized to fit the full size of your operating system's screen. The right button is used to close the Excel file. But the functionality of middle button depends on the current state of Excel window. If the current Excel window is in maximized state, then the middle button is used to restore the Excel window. Restored window state makes the size of Excel window smaller than the maximized state. In restored state, you can resize the Excel window. You can keep it here or here or here. If the current Excel window is in restored state, then the middle button is used to maximize the Excel window. Maximize. Now let's move on to the next part, which is worksheet. A worksheet is the grid of cells which you type your information and formulas. This grid takes up most of the Excel window. It's where you will perform all your work. A worksheet has many parts. Let's start with row and column. The grid divides your worksheet into rows and column. Row runs horizontally while column runs vertically. Each row is identified by row number 1, 2, 3, which runs vertically at the left side of the sheet. Columns are identified with letter A, B, C, which runs horizontally at the top of your sheet. This part is called column header, and this part is known as row header. The smallest unit in your worksheet is the cell. Cells are identified by column and row. For example, C6 is the address of a cell in column C, the third column, and row 6, the sixth row. Now move on active cell. C6 is the active cell. The thick border outline around the cell indicates that it is the active cell inside Excel worksheet. The active cell inside Excel worksheet is used to identify the cell which is currently active. The active cell is where the focus is on and where the data will be entered. Here the active cell is C6, which is highlighted with a thick border. Now let's focus on formula bar. This part is called formula bar. Excel formula bar is located at the top of the Excel worksheet window and below the ribbon. Excel formula bar has three parts. Part 1 is name box. The name box normally displays the address of active cell C6. The active cell is C6 on the worksheet. You can also use the name box to quickly create a name range. Okay, if I write C6 clone E10, the range will be selected. On the right side of the formula bar, there is a expand or contract toggle icon. This one is used to quickly adjust the formula bar. Okay. The middle component of formula bar is formula bar buttons. There are three formula bar buttons available: a cancel, a enter or tick mark, and an insert function button FX. You can see that only FX is active now and other two are not active. Cancel button and tick mark are enabled only when you edit a cell. Okay, if I write a data here, suppose let me write text, you can see these two buttons are active now. Okay, clicking the cancel button will cancel your entry in a cell. Gone. Let me write the text again. Clicking the tick mark will insert the data in the cell. Okay. The third button rightmost on is insert function button FX. Insert function button will display insert function dialog box. Okay. This is insert function dialog box, from where you can select a function from a list of available function. The rightmost on is the contents of currently selected cell. The data or formula entered in the active cell will appear in the rightmost section. You can use the formula bar to enter and edit data instead of editing directly into the worksheet. On the right side of the formula bar, there is a expand or contract toggle. This one. Use this one to adjust the formula bar's content section. Okay. You can also increase the size of the content section by dragging and drop this one. If your worksheet has a lot of tabs, then you might want to quickly navigate to the first or last sheet in the workbook. You can move right and left sheet by clicking right and left button. This is called sheet scroll button. If you want to scroll to the first or last sheet in the workbook, you have to hold a control key from keyboard when clicking sheet navigation button to scroll to the first or last sheet. You can see this tip by hovering your mouse over the buttons. This part is called sheet tabs. This plus icon here is called new sheet insert icon. If you click here, a new sheet will be created. 7, 8. This icon is used to adjust space between sheet tabs and horizontal scroll bar. Similar to any normal Windows application, you can scroll window from up to down or from left to right. This is horizontal scroll bar and this is vertical scroll bar. The status bar at bottom displays 4 types of important information. Now let me select a cell, blank cell. You can see the status is ready. That means it is ready to take any data. Now if I double click a blank cell, then the status will be changed to enter. Let me double click. Okay, you can see that here. If I triple click, then the mode will change to edit mode. You can see that. If you type function key F2 at any Excel cell, the cell mode will change to edit mode. Let me type F2 from my keyboard. This status should be changed to edit. You can see that. If you double click on a non-blank, I mean where data is already filled, the status will also be changed to edit mode. If I double click this one, you can see. Now the last mode is point mode. Point mode is also called as formula cell selection mode. The cell mode status will become point when you start typing a formula inside a cell and then select the cells that you want to include in the formula. If I select this cell and type equal to and select this cell, then you can see the status has been changed to point. Now let's move on these 3 buttons here. These are called view buttons. There are 3 page view buttons on Excel status bar. Those buttons are normal, page layout and page break preview. The last option of Excel user interface is zoom slider. This element is called zoom slider. Zoom slider is used to alter the magnification level of Excel worksheet. Maximum possible zoom percentage upon Excel 2016 worksheet is 400 and minimum zoom percentage is 10. Now I believe you have good understanding on different elements of Excel user interface. Hopefully you have found the information in this tutorial helpful, like, comment and share my videos, and of course subscribe my channel if you have enjoyed this lesson. And thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.